us to the heart of Texas. We count down to kickoff in what should be an Arizona Cardinals. Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We are on Super Bowl. Are you ready, partner?
I am more than ready, and I love the word you used, honored, because it is an honor to be here. It's a privilege to be here. My excitement is just about to burst through.
Teams and talking in the meetings and media day and all the hoopla that goes into this, there was one common theme. They're ready to stop the talking and start playing football.
Yeah, they were probably ready a while ago. Now they can just focus on it. It's done. The only talking they have to worry about now is post-game, and they hope that they'll be talking as the winning team.
And we'll see. You know, both sides come in with a game plan to start. We'll see how the adjustments are made throughout, because there are always adjustments in this game.
I want to see if they come out conservative, trying to minimize errors, or if they have enough confidence to attack early and try and take advantage of the other team's nervousness.
We begin the next half-century of Super Bowls to a strobe of flashes. Super Bowl 51 from Houston is underway. J.J. Nelson now to return. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And the Carson Palmer-led Arizona Cardinals take the field on offense. A 7-8-1 season, not the season that they were expecting, no doubt. Palmer did finish in the top 10 in passing yardage in the league, 4,233.
But they didn't win the games any of us expected them to win. We thought they would contend for a Super Bowl berth. Instead, they're not even going to the playoffs. Larry Fitzgerald had a big year, but they were hurt by injuries and inconsistent play with the other wideouts. But David Johnson was an absolute beast for him, wasn't he? The offense started to run through him. But Carson Palmer, if he can get all of his weapons back, the Cardinals could be a force to reckon with in 2017.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39.
Partner, I know we're supposed to be impartial and not root, but be honest. Weren't you excited for the opportunity for David Johnson of Arizona to have 100 yards from scrimmage in each and every game this year?
Yeah, NFL record 15 straight games at the century mark. Disappointingly, though, couldn't get that clean sweep. Just 44 yards in the Cardinals' finale after he was forced to exit with a knee injury.
But how about the way he broke out in 2016? One of the stars of the future in the NFL.
On second down, here's Palmer. Screen play, Johnson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down. And this offense on your screen, one of the guys who knows how to win football games, Larry Fitzgerald.
Plenty of athleticism, but plays the game with incredible intelligence.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Let's go. Wide, 18.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Get ready. Blue 95.
Throwing now, Palmer on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be a...
You get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Right now,
They'll fake the give to Ellington. Now it's Palmer. Looking for Floyd, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Look at this spin.
Balance.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Bell, AFC title game, of course, went out with a groin injury. And what did that do to Pittsburgh? Because is your star back, you game plan with him in there, he goes down, what happens?
It's not just him running the ball. It's him in the passing game as well, because you know you can use him as a back out of the backfield, use him as a slot receiver. He can run routes as well as a wide receiver outside the numbers. So when you take all that out of the game plan, it changes what you're going to do. It limits your play calls. In addition, the confidence of your offense goes down a little bit too, because when Le'Veon Bell's on the field and he has the ball in his hands, they think they can score at any time.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. In a 3-4 defense there and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? He not only did he eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
I was going to say, talking about puns, you said eat up the double team. This is Bell on the dump off. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Let's just go ahead and go back through that play with his eyes. because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection, if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do, and if he ends up with the football, okay, now you got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try and block you? Are you going to try to elude it? Are you going to take him on and hold your spot? What are you going to do? In this case, didn't have to do any of that. Saw all of his keys, saw the play in front of him, and ran clean to the ball carrier and finished off the play. But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on third.
Blitzer play coverage.
And he locates Wheaton, complete. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. Fresh set of downs here. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. On second down, Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
Offense. Still third down.
And the yellow flag hurts this offense, and now they face a tough third down. From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
And the hitch route is run really well. That jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space. All you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it ends with a Le'Veon Bell touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Williams to return. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And here comes the Steelers defense making their way onto the field. And the interception the last time they were out there ended up leading to a touchdown.
So the only thing they didn't get really was the pick six, because that's what everyone wants. Take it immediately to the end zone. But their offense capitalized on the takeaway and turned it into the 6 points they were looking for.
Yeah, set them up pretty, got the touchdown. Now they're back out there defensively. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's got room. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
They come up in an offset eye. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Muscles him off. They can't tackle him. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. The other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
Get ready, Blue 58.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And a look at the Steelers' defensive unit.
Ryan Shazier ran so fast at his combine that many people thought someone actually ran for him. He's a linebacker who ran sub 4.4, and he uses that speed to make plays all over the field.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Let's go. Let's mirror.
Palmer gives to Johnson on the draw. Oh, look at the juke. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
On 4th down, the Cards will call on Chandler Catanzaro to try and put up 3. From the left hash, this from 46. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
After the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And here comes a Ben Roethlisberger-led Pittsburgh Steelers offense, and this crew fell 1 game short of playing in the Super Bowl. In the conference title game, 47 pass attempts for him, Charles, 31 completions, over 300 yards, but they were just overwhelmed by the Patriots.
They were outmanned in a way, and when you lose Le'Veon Bell at running back, that reduces your offense. And for Ben Roethlisberger, you saw the continued evolution, though. Him trying to go to different targets, him playing from the pocket more than getting outside of it. We'll continue to see that in 2017 and beyond. Ben Roethlisberger is still one of the premier guys in the league.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true #1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat them.
Second down following the run. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Against New England, Brown, 7 catches, 77 yards. So he finishes the year over 1,200, 106 receptions, but his lowest total since 2012.
And he didn't get involved in the game catching the ball very early. It took a little while before they got going with him, and at that point, they were already chasing New England on the scoreboard. Antonio Brown, one of the craftier wide receivers in the league, and explosive when he gets his hands on the football.
Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Now this past year, Arizona finished 7-8-1. Here are the defensive starters for the Cardinals. What do you make of this football team defensively heading into next year, Charles?
Well, they're an aggressive group, and they didn't generate the same number of takeaways that they normally do. But I think they're coming back in 2017, a great core of players, and they'll get Tyrann Mathieu back. And if they get him back at his 2015 level, look out, because Patrick Peterson's one of the best corners in the game as well.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. On second down, it's Bell. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I'm not sure they could have had a better call there for the defense. Blitz was called, and they're setting up for a draw. When you're blitzing, you're likely to beat them to the punch because they're going to take a little extra time to set up. Talk about the offensive line. In this case, you'll get into the backfield before they can get set up.
So now a 3rd and 12 with an extra defender here in the secondary, a nickel look. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
False start, offense. Still third down.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now Ben on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete. Darius Hayward-Bay, the intended receiver. And it's 4th down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
On the return is Peterson. Oh, one more time.
Won't he just stand still?
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Mike Mitchell coming up from the secondary to make the stop.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here we go. Wide 18. Wide 18.
They go play action now. Palmer surveying the field. All kinds of time. He's going to look deep down the field. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
He's not exactly had a banner start to this game. We're still in the first quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the 2nd one.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Palmer. He's got time. And able to find John Brown. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Action here on 1st down. Finding time. And this is Michael Floyd complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Lawrence Timmons in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Three receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Now Palmer to throw on 2nd down. He's got time in the pocket. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Michael Floyd. 3rd down here. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down.
Get ready. Blue 95.
Now Palmer on 3rd and long. He's going to float this one deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Cardinals. Jaron Brown, 48 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. It's Marcus Wheaton now to return it. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
So this game's not very far along, and he's already found the end zone once, and now he started this drive with another big gain, another first down run. I've got to wonder if I'm the defensive coordinator, what do I do in this situation? It's only the first quarter, but do I go ahead and sell out and try and slow him down and make him beat me another way? Because the risk is if I don't, he ends up having a monster game.
Again, it's Bell. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So 1 quarter down here in Super Bowl 51. 10-7 our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. They come out here in the eye. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. 20. Cuts it out here. Left. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. D'Angelo Williams, 42 yards. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point now by Boswell. And that makes it 14-10. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And the Cardinals offense here ready to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And Palmer gives to Johnson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
On 2nd down, Palmer. And Gresham's got it over the middle. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does, where a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
And he's got Gresham. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
Get ready. Blue 95. Blue.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now.
Get ready. Wide 18. Wide 18.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in.
False start, offense. Still 2nd down.
Let's go. Wide 18.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd down, Palmer surveying the field. And he can't get away from the pressure. Palmer sacked. Jarvis Jones in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you get 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now Drew Butler to punt for Arizona, the son of former Bears kicker Kevin Butler. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
One of the selling points of the in-route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. The give is to Bell. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Another pistol look here. They'll go again with Bell. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They come up with one running back. That's Bell. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Green's got it over the middle. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there are more people there to get him down.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. Hayward Bay has it over the middle. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. That's a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Over the middle here to Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll get 16 yards there. And it'll give the Steelers a 1st down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. He's going to get the football. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He's got time. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It was the safety blitz that ultimately did the job, and they're going to credit him with a sack. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. And the former Rice Al Boswell puts this one through in his return to Houston. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. Williams to return. Ooh, with a juke. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Let's go. Blue 95. Hey.
Palmer gives to Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I've yet to meet a wide receiver who likes to block more than catching the football, but the best ones understand that that's how they'll actually get more passes thrown to them if they help in the run game. And anytime you get a run of that yardage, that means the wide receivers did help. They get down to what a lot of people call the second level, the linebackers, or the third level where the defensive backs are, and they get out in front and put their bodies out there and create more space for their runners to gain the yardage.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or...
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Blue 58.
On 2nd down, Johnson. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. The tackle made by the linebacker, Arthur Moats.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
All right, now, wide, 18. Wide, 18.
From midfield now, here's Palmer. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Well, there's the first time in this game that Carson Palmer finds Larry Fitzgerald. Likely won't be the last, but how about the way these two have helped each other's careers?
Yeah, they really have. It's hard to believe with Fitzgerald, well, really both of these guys, how long they've been in the league now. But Fitzgerald, gosh, third overall pick back in 04.
Yeah, how about that? Remember, Carson Palmer, a former Heisman Trophy winner, he's finally found a real home in Arizona.
Blue 58.
Now Palmer on first down. Caught, right side, Gresham. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
How about the timing on that one, where they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Second down now after the pass completion.
Here we go. Blue 50.
Back to the ground with Johnson. Down to the 25. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
95. Blue 95.
From the gun on third down, it's Palmer. Finding time. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. This is taken at the 3. What a spin. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Hurry up, let's go. Blue 30.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Hey, goes on 30.
This is Bell. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. Roethlisberger will throw. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now fourth down.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a third down attempt.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now it's Peterson. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again, here's Carson Palmer heading back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Johnson running left. Oh, what a move. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Super Bowl 51 after this. A reminder, coming up at the intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Larry Ridley and the crew in Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report. Second down following the run.
Get ready. Blue 58. Blue 58.
On second down, Palmer. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
And ready for 3rd and 6.
Let's go. 1-18.
On third down, Palmer. And that is incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
At the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. It's caught inside the 25. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Here we go. Blue 30.
From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger looking for someone to throw to. And he comes back with 1 complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And he finds Hayward Bay. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Ben to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Marcus Wheaton was the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Antonio Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Boswell for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached intermission in what has been a back-and-forth Super Bowl 51 from Houston, as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Cardinals trail right now, but with another half to play, there's time to turn it around. The Steelers have been the better team, though, and will try to maintain the lead in the second half. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Offense out now following the INT. Bell's going to cruise off the right side, and this run goes for a touchdown. The Steelers up by a touchdown. Third down from inside the 50. Here the pass would be completed into coverage, and this will go all the way for a touchdown. That puts them up by a field goal. Steelers with the ball early in the second. Williams is going to stay between the tackles, and he'll take this 42 yards for the score. The lead grows to 4. Third down from inside the 10. Quick pass is complete, and it ends up working for a touchdown. The lead now at 11. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. The second half of Super Bowl 51 still to come.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Wheaton will return it. Oh, a little 360. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Here we go.
A give to Bell. And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
3 yards to go here on 2nd down. Now Bell. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick. He's been decisive. And he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
2nd down now after the incompletion. 2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Man open left side is Brown. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Charles, you think Big Ben is happy to have Antonio Brown on the other side of his passes?
You know he is, but he also expects it. This is how their offense runs best. When those two get together, especially early, and continue to do it throughout the game, the end result is the one that we're seeing right now. They're ahead on the board.
It has been early and often. Now Bell. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll try again with Bell. Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. And that score gives him a little more separation and a bigger lead.
A little more of a comfort zone now. They can do more things defensively, maybe take a few more gambles as they try to continue to extend their lead.
Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Williams to return. A beautiful fake. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Get ready. Regular.
The busy night continues for Johnson. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go to Johnson again. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Something got lost in translation in this game. He's run the ball really well, done all the things that you want in a game plan, but unable to convert it into points, unable to ring the bell consistently enough to make it a winning effort.
Let's go. Wide, 18. Wide, 18.
Throwing now, Palmer on first down. He's got time in the pocket. And incomplete on the deep ball. The tight end, Jermaine Gresham, the intended receiver.
Brandon, one thing we run into in sports all the time is people discussing whether teams achieved all that they can achieve. And for the Atlanta Falcons in recent years, I think a lot of people thought they were underachievers. They erased that with this year's playoff run to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, last year had the hot start to this season, petered out, and just when they've been able to get to the playoffs, haven't been able to get over that proverbial hump. I think they're over that hump.
Yeah, I think in this recent run, and this is what I'm talking about maybe since about 2005 or so, they did have one NFC Championship game appearance against San Francisco, but many thought they should have won that one. Now they're on to the Super Bowl in 2017.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little bit and hold it until the evening. It's almost like a Broadway premiere. Got to wait until the nighttime to go out there in front of the bright lights. And boy, has he harnessed himself really well, and now he's unleashing it on the opponents.
Andre Ellington, his first carry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackle was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Palmer. Deep drop. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And it's 3rd down.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. Now Palmer on 3rd and long, surveying the field. He's going to air one out, and a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now Chandler Catanzaro for the Cardinal field goal. This from 54 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
And the Cardinals now heading out to defend. They have to recover a little bit. Last time they couldn't stop the run. They really couldn't stop the pass either.
And it wasn't just physically. It's mentally because the offense appears to be a step ahead of them. No matter what they call, it's working. So they've got to get something figured out. And usually you need a big play to get things turned around.
They gave up the touchdown on that balance attack last drive. Now this drive. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. In on the stop, Kevin Minter.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
So the offense needing 4 yards. It's third down. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Coming out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective third down play to move the chains. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
They come out here in the eye. Here's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Calais Campbell in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Second down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see. Now Ben on 3rd and long. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one. Angling for the sideline. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Let's go.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
There you go, play action with Palmer. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Here's Drew Butler now, as he's on to punt for Arizona. Now Brown. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They come up with one running back. That's Bell. They go play action here on first down. He's got time. Out left here, it's complete to Wheaton. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. They come out here in the eye. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. Room here to run. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
That looked like a two-deep coverage, which we call cover two. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level, you've got a chance to run before you encounter any type of resistance from the safeties.
We saw the example of it right there. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. They'll run it with Bell, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.